Yinjamara from Wiradjuri. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. In peace, we pay our respects to the traditional custodians, elders, past, present, and future.
The 2021 Inner West International Women's Day Honour Roll, celebrating the sisterhood, celebrating women and girls of the Inner West, where every day in every way, the ordinary is truly extraordinary. Celebrating local Inner West First Nations women and girls, deadly women, who bring to this community over 60,000 years of resilience and survival. Celebrating Alex Moffat, the most amazing administration officer at Sydney Local Health District. Celebrating Alicia Manning, thoughtful, generous, selfless, and compassionate. A great mum and the best friend a woman can have. Celebrating Alison Todd, who spent most of 2020 volunteering with We All Care and stuck with us when COVID made it hard for us to move forward. I want to celebrate the amazing woman she is, what she has done for We All Care and the Inner West. Celebrating Anjum Ali, a pillar of strength, empathy, and maturity, a migrant supermom and friend for life, supporting cold women to be confident new migrants. Celebrating Anna Hearn, a force of good, inspiring, encouraging, passionate about helping women find freedom from diet culture and feeling comfortable in their bodies. Celebrating Anne Dash, who would do anything for her family. Celebrating Anne Rose de Jong, fostering and curating children's love of theatre and arts. She has been my role model for over 10 years now, and I admire and love her. Celebrating Auntie Euphemia Bostock, an Inner West treasure, a role model. With true dignity, diligence, enthusiasm, and dedication, Auntie Femi has spent 40 years advocating and showcasing Indigenous contemporary artists as an elder and artist at Bumali. Celebrating Auntie Jenny, a proud Aboriginal woman, community role model and educator. Always there for community and council for welcome and smoking ceremonies. Celebrating Auntie Cheryl Hurley for her dedication to the Aboriginal community through her work at the Diabetes Clinic at the RPAH for so many years. An example of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Celebrating Auntie Tracy L. Bostock for introducing welcome and acknowledgement to country to our preschoolers at childcare and to preschoolers on Play School. Tracy is a humble, strong and wonderful Aboriginal woman. She is also an incredible artist whose spirituality shines through in all things she does. Celebrating Deb Lennis for her strength, generosity, thoughtfulness, leadership, and wicked sense of humor. She leaves secret gifts for her colleagues to find. Love her sense of fun and passion for her community. Celebrating Belinda Conway, who stepped to the plate in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic and has led Canterbury Girls through this troubling year. Celebrating Belinda McLean for running the Rainbow Family's Inner West Catch-Up for the past 6 years, welcoming new and old LGBTQ parents and community and connecting them with support. Celebrating Bernadette Self for always thinking about the women in the LGA, being self-sufficient and creating opportunities and courage for us to start our own businesses. For supporting and going to the ends of the earth for myself and her 3 grandchildren during my husband's major health battles. She is the strongest and most compassionate person I know. Celebrating Bronwyn Allen, loving and hilarious, kind, humble, indulgent, and perceptive. I trust her with my life. Celebrating Caitlin and Bethany Lalore, my funny, kind, much-loved aunties who have worked incredibly hard this year and given me and my sister many opportunities to recuperate and adjust. Celebrating Carmel Grimmett for her inspiring and tireless commitment to First Nations families and to the truth-telling about colonisation in Australia. Her care for the environment has shaped the way so many families now engage with nature. Celebrating Carol Smith for stepping up to be the wonderful local grandmother to our daughters. As a school teacher, she prepared us all for their starts and calmed our nerves. Celebrating Kathy Chan, an inspiring, tireless and generous music teacher. A safe place for thousands of odd bods and quirky kids, and a cheerful and talented conductor. She is a gift to the universe. Celebrating Chantel O'Donoghue, who spends every moment of her free time dedicated to bettering her community. She is a selfless, wonderful role model and key community leader who deserves to be acknowledged. Celebrating Chris Jinger, an involved, creative, committed and passionate inner Westie who values her family, holds friendships in high regard and is a strong advocate and volunteer. Celebrating Kobe Smith Carr, a beautiful soul, and a very caring, determined, and resilient young woman who makes me proud every day. Celebrating women at the Community Refugee Welcome Centre for bringing their beautiful smiles, unflagging energy, great creativity, and outstanding talents to the Inner West. Their strength and resilience highlights the power of humankind in the face of challenges. Celebrating Corey Nichols. Humble, kind, thoughtful, patient, fun, hardworking, and selfless. She has a great sense of social justice for all. She's an inspiration. Celebrating Daniela Francavilla, an educator for health staff in the Inner West. Her education sessions, just like her, are amazing. Celebrating Dawa Kipa, my mum. She brought up 4 healthy children, built one of the most resilient exile communities, and told us to look to the future with hope. Celebrating students of Dali High, crafty and excellent. Celebrating Della Hua Zhang for helping asylum seekers and refugees find belonging, community, companionship, and purpose for 7 years as co-founder of Parliament on King's social enterprise catering project. Celebrating Dr. Elizabeth Hindmarsh for bringing older people together for mutual support and human contact, especially those who otherwise would have been isolated during the pandemic through Piedmont Supports. Celebrating Dulce Munoz, National Convener of Mums for Refugees. Loved by all, she goes above and beyond for other women to be brave, to know their power and the power of sisterhood. Celebrating Elizabeth Bjork, a volunteer and board member working tirelessly for refugees, asylum seekers, and displaced people. Celebrating Elizabeth Jarrett, aka Auntie Lizzie, a First Nations advocate and activist who challenges discrimination. We have adopted each other as sisters. She showed me family isn't just the people you share blood relation with. Celebrating Elizabeth Leach for her ongoing commitment, kindness, and empathy, knowledge, support, mentoring, willingness to help others, and her exuberant nature. Celebrating Elizabeth Neves for her inspiring passion for teaching and love of English. She is extremely kind and goes above and beyond for her students. Making time for us, her door is always open if we need someone to talk to. Celebrating Emily Dash, a funny, talented, and tenacious person, dedicated to the community around her. We feel so blessed to know her and work with her. Celebrating Emily Irvine, a great conductor and music educator who uses her skills to contribute to the social fabric of the Inner West. Celebrating Fiona Rees, an amazing New South Wales health worker who advocates for many of our Inner West women and girls and their safety. Celebrating Frida Ekonomidis, who has been working with the Greek and Cold communities with many health education programs for 36 years. Celebrating Gabrielle Renard, always supportive, encouraging, and interested in my work. A great mentor and strong and intelligent woman. Celebrating Genevieve O'Connor. Her kindness is humbling to behold. Her generosity and empathy are boundless, and her ability to connect with people is uncanny. Celebrating Georgina Perkis for her passionate devotion to honest work. She is the most loyal and compassionate person I have ever met. She does everything with integrity and is determined to make a difference. Celebrating Jill Stokey for running the Rainbow Families Inner West Playgroup for the past 2 years, welcoming new LGBTQ parents to the Rainbow Families community and connecting them to the support offered by Rainbow Families. Celebrating Gurwinder Kaur for her tireless work throughout the 2020 COVID pandemic to ensure communities' needs are met, including the Food Hamper Relief Program. Celebrating H. Morgan Harris, a creative force in the Inner West, a strategic advocate and leader for creatives, generating profile and jobs in the sector. She has been a champion in steering the decimated arts community through COVID. Celebrating Hayley, an exceptional young woman, an absolute ray of sunshine, who has shown such maturity and resilience and has supported her family and community to get through a very challenging year. Celebrating Han Nguyen, a wonderful wife, mother, and volunteer teacher fighting cancer with resilience. Celebrating Hannah Riordan for supporting and uplifting students and being open to new ideas and opportunities that allow them to shine. Celebrating Imogen McBeath, a positive, bright, awesome role model for all of us, as she never gives up and strives to keep moving forward. Celebrating Ingrid De Meyer, who guides me with empathy and commitment and allows me the space and opportunities to create my best work. Celebrating Jaina M. Zachariah, my lifelong childhood friend, a humble human being and a super mum who does a lot of things quietly that go unnoticed. Celebrating Jane Slattery, my English teacher for the past year. She is incredibly inspirational and always makes me feel confident in my work and ideas. Celebrating Jane Williams for her empathy and energy as part of our family support team, creating safe spaces for tiny people to breathe and to be, and for celebrating lifelong learning. Celebrating Janet Dandy Ward. People like her make our community great. She lives for her values, supporting, including, and advocating for others. Celebrating Jean Horwood for her diligent duty as a daughter, wife, mother, neighbour, and a kind soul to us all. Celebrating Jean Landihangibong, an absolutely inspiring woman of so many talents. With perseverance, discipline, consistency, women can do anything, set any goals, and achieve them. Celebrating Jenny Kamogianis, a remarkable woman who for 15 years has given up her time to volunteer at 2 nursing homes, visit women living alone at home, and cook meals for those in need. Her kindness is immeasurable. Celebrating Jenny O, a cancer survivor who creates conversations and supports others going through a similar journey with optimism, strength, and raw honesty. Celebrating Jessie McGrath for her dedication to human rights and social justice and thriving towards developing positivity and inclusivity in the local community, particularly for asylum seekers and refugees. Celebrating Jessica for getting through her honours degree while struggling with her disability. Celebrating Jessica Will for always going on the best adventures with me. Celebrating Jemima Turagakula for her talent and for choosing to dedicate and spend most of her life helping the needy. She has continually inspired great leadership and commitment for her church and the community. Celebrating Joe Blackman, hardworking, humble, unassuming, and effective. She always shows respect for others, works without acknowledgement, and will genuinely help even those with whom she might disagree. Celebrating Joe Garvin, an incredible artist and friend. Celebrating Jo Kerrigan, my auntie and a wonderful human being. She started her own business and helps people feel more confident about themselves. Whenever she walks into a room, she lights it up and her laugh is infectious. Celebrating Joanna Corrales, who has a beautiful heart and continues, despite adversity, to help the vulnerable people around her through her We All Care charity, an amazing citizen of the Inner West. Celebrating Jody Toomey for her bravery, commitment, and contribution to create an inclusive space for all. She is dedicated to the cause of transgender women and the LGBTQI community. Celebrating Joanne Shaw and the Inner West Libraries team for being excellent and keeping the library running during COVID. Introducing home delivery of books made such a difference to us all. Celebrating Josie Leeson. She makes me braver. She is creative, positive, hardworking, and super smart. I love working with her. Celebrating Julie McCrossan for her generosity of spirit, friendship, and how much she gives back to the community. Celebrating June McKinnon, going over and beyond for her work and the unique community of Alfalfa House, and her incredible determination to create change. Celebrating Kate Cottis, who took the time to cook a variety of amazing meals for Weave Youth and Community Services frontline staff throughout the COVID lockdown. Celebrating Kate Wake. Not only is she a lovely person and a strong spirit, but she's always looking out for others. She is passionate about people, especially those that are vulnerable. A community voice and creating connections like no other. Celebrating Kathy Parsons, a selfless person always helping others, a problem solver with an infectious loud laugh and humour who will stop at anything to make other people's day better. Celebrating Katrina Douglas, for always taking the time to check in with me and not leaving it up to me to keep in touch. Celebrating Kayla Blackmore, for her incredible integrity, loyalty, honesty, compassion, and intuition in following her dreams and creating a unique life for herself. Celebrating Karesi Balewai Rabuatoka, Grace, for her role as a Fijian community leader, her radio program, and her volunteer work. Celebrating Carrie Martin, for facing challenges in her life with a positive attitude and her selfless generosity with her time. She is helpful, kind, thoughtful, and hardworking, and fun to boot. Celebrating Kim Chard, my mum, one of the strongest people I know who always has my back. Without her, I don't know where I'd be. Celebrating Chrissy Patras, for following her intuition and listening to what she needs. To see her come out of the other side of COVID-19 shining, growing, and challenging the norms has been incredible. Celebrating Crystal Ng, for her creativity and her determination to not settle for anything less, working tirelessly to create change for her self-growth. It takes so much strength and dedication to do that. Celebrating Queen G, a generous, empathetic, phenomenal citizen of the Inner West, a tireless and inspiring poet, musician, mother, and community member. A shining beacon in our community and a powerful voice who elevates other women with exceptional style and grace. Celebrating Lady K. Hart. She teaches me how to live life as a production. She inspires me to live my best life and love every day. Celebrating Leah Pook, a generous and frequent donor of the Newtown Blessings Box. She's never anything but cheerful and has kind words for everyone. Celebrating Lekshemi Gopinathan Nair, for her work with ethnic communities empowering women and children, using her ethnic language skills to help others make their home in Australia. Celebrating Leslie, who passed away recently. She has had a long career as a social worker with a focus on women's health and sexual assault. Celebrating Lisa Libber, who rescues dogs, ferrets, kids, friends, and yoga bums. She's a haven of calm in a fast, furious world, and she makes a great tea, good conversations, and happy times. celebrating the Inner West LGBTQI+ community, brave and pioneering. Celebrating Lisa, who carries out her work with a beautiful heart and caring nature. She's an asset to the Inner West community. Celebrating the LGBTQI working group for always getting stuff done and making sure I have felt safe and welcome. Celebrating Liza Moody, my maths teacher for 4 years now. She is always there for me and I know I can talk to her if I need to. She has made me feel confident within myself and believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. Celebrating Lois Gray for her volunteer work, leadership, guidance and passion with the Ashfield Community Garden and Historical Society. Celebrating Louise Flannery for supporting your students as they traverse the complicated and unpredictable road to adulthood. Celebrating Louise Logan for your energy and positive attitude towards all that you do. You are the most proactive and super organized person I know. I love working with you, Louise. Celebrating Lucinda Tran, who acts well beyond her role as a community support worker to care for and connect with vulnerable people in our community. She is passionate about helping others and a role model to other women. Celebrating Maggie Scott. We always seem to be connected. No matter how long it's been, we love and laugh about the same things. Celebrating Maria Carico, a family daycare educator who gives so much love and care to children, families, her community, as well as her own special family, especially her daughter. Celebrating Maria Pereira, a female director in civil construction who's built a successful company at the age of 24 from the ground up. She has worked to mentor female university students since 2017. Celebrating Mani Keneally, a delightful young woman who looks after and cares for her family and many others. She gives me hope for the future. Celebrating Matshepo Molala, a friend, inspiring environmentalist, hilarious company, passionate wife, and awesome mother. I learn from her every time we talk. I am in awe of her energy and clarity. She's divine. Celebrating Marrickville High School students who helped make our last International Women's Day more sustainable by collecting and composting food waste. Celebrating Maureen Lee, one of the driving forces behind the amazing street pantry, the Newtown Blessing Box. What a woman, feeding the community with such positivity. Celebrating Mel Dominguez, a quiet achiever who supports marginalized members of the Newtown and Marrickville South communities through her role at the Newtown Neighborhood Center. Celebrating Melissa Madison, who teaches us all. She's retraining in her 50s and she inspires me. She has been the best eye in the op shop and her film and book reviews are hilarious. She's a walking, talking podcast. Celebrating Marani Cook, a woman with many talents and a great role model for all ages. I salute her for her great love and passion to her family and community. Celebrating Mika Van Well, a loving, hardworking and caring friend, classmate, school captain and human being. Her kind heart and exceptional work ethic will lead her on a life of helping others. An articulate, extraordinary young person who has inspired us with her insight and wisdom for someone so young. She will achieve great things for herself and people around her. Celebrating Miranda Coleman for being awesome. Celebrating Molly Brown, my best friend, my little sister. I know I can count on her to be there. Together we've dealt with an extremely hard year and she's helped me throughout. Sometimes it feels like she's the bigger sister. Celebrating Munes Masubi, the coordinator at the Community Refugee Welcome Center. Munes was Baruza's first translator and critical to introducing his writing and resistance to the world. A kind, intelligent woman who supports women and the refugee community. She's been an invaluable source of support to many throughout the years. Celebrating the musicians and performers who bring joy, life, and creativity to our community. Rose Smith, Gemma Vidler, Charlie Wyndham Jones, Violetta Zavala Collin, Scarlett Dawson, Phoebe Epps, Kalantha Hopwood Craig, Genevieve Weekly Jordan. Cordelia Shear, Neve Sharp, Romy Brooks, Mariana Cortez, Edie Clark, Charlotte Dempsey Martin, Polly Jennings, Ruby Jones, Ai Shuen Moore, Zoe O'Keefe, Eliza Passfield, Charlotte Richards, Isabel Sutherland, Georgie Toswell, Abby Cairns, Hannah Carr, Lakeisha Duff, Caitlin Hamilton, Hayley Brown, Anouk Povali, Amelia Scottidas, Mika Van Well, Celebrating Pauline Lockie. She takes my concerns about racism seriously. My daughters can imagine themselves as leaders when they see Pauline. Our community needs more role models like her. Celebrating Pearl Tan. I am so grateful for her friendship and the times we've spent together. Celebrating Radhika Tevita, for sharing her wealth of information in a positive and helpful way. Celebrating Renee Lavelle. Few women I know have done so much for First Nations women and families with her management role at Sydney Local Health District. Celebrating Robin O'Neill for supporting Inner West families as a family daycare educator. Children feel at home at Robin's Place, free to explore and learn through play and nature. Celebrating Rosalie Nunn, a guiding leader and midwife at Canterbury Hospital. She inspires me and has done a lot more for me. She is dedicated to helping bring children into the world. Celebrating Rosanna Barbero for her leadership during the pandemic, building the food relief hamper program and supporting community well-being through many engagement activities. Rosanna Barbero is an amazing leader and supporter of community, especially the most marginalised. Celebrating Rosemary Burnside. She works tirelessly to rescue food and deliver it to organisations that distribute food to those in need. Celebrating Ruth Bradfield Ling, Principal of Marrickville West Primary, and steadfast in her commitment to supporting the educational needs of children with special needs and struggles. Celebrating Sandra Triulzi for her strong voice and dedication to the protection and empowerment of women and girls in the community. Celebrating Sarah for always thinking about our community when it comes to programs and for lifting my spirits when feeling down with a good chuckle. Intelligent, strong, caring, and enables me to be the best I can be. She's an extraordinary blessing to me and all those she works with. Celebrating Sarah Lalor, my mother, one of the strongest and most resilient women I know. She's kind, smart, and generous and has helped me and my sister to adapt to new circumstances. She deserves the world. Celebrating Sarah Van Ryn. Her mission is to be gender inclusive. She's introduced a pride match, a women's social round team co-captain, and built a league with gender parity. Celebrating Sarah Vine Vassallo, such a beautiful soul. Celebrating Simone Amelia Jordan, my daughter. Her mission is to elevate emerging First Nations and cold artists and creatives and make their dreams come true. Celebrating Sophie Morgan, a wonderful friend to me. It's a privilege to love her as much as I do. Celebrating Stacey Barnes, who runs the Rainbow Family's Inner West Playgroup. She is a volunteer coordinator welcoming new families to the community. Celebrating Steph Dash, the best sister ever, who works so hard but always makes time for her family. Celebrating Sue, well known for decades as a dedicated receptionist of Dr. Mac. Celebrating Suthira Sim Lind, a kind-hearted neighbour, wife, mother of 2 sons and store manager at Balmain's Baker's Delight for several years. Celebrating Tenzin Burton, a warm, patient, funny, respectful and kind soul who is the big sister my daughters always wanted. Celebrating Teresa Savage, an inspiration and a mentor, even though she may not realise that. A strong woman and pioneer who supports the LGBTQI community in a kind and intelligent and thoughtful way. Celebrating Togi, inquisitive, enthusiastic, and always thinking of ways to save the environment and make it fun. Celebrating Tony Smith, a kind, generous, insightful person who has educated many of us on the culture of her local Aboriginal community. She is amazing in her job with Indigenous women and the community. She is loyal, lovely, kind, generous, and an amazing friend. Celebrating Apinda Verdi, the most hardworking woman I know. She learned a new way of life away from her family, adapted and took the challenges in her stride. Celebrating VFam. The more I connect with you, the more astounded I am at the depth and breadth of your work. Celebrating Vicky Karamujani for supporting your students as they traverse the complicated and unpredictable road to adulthood and being open to new ideas and opportunities. Celebrating Vietnamese Carers Support Group, a group of resilient mothers who care for children with a disability. When they get together, they dress up, talk openly, and laugh loudly. Celebrating Vivi, Lindy, and the Marrickville Connect team for creativity, care, and enthusiasm in their work with families raising children in Marrickville. Celebrating Vivian Nguyen for the community haven in her tiny coffee shop. She donates generously to food drives, local schools, and is the heart of Summerhill. She's a treasure. Celebrating Vivian Winborn. We might not speak much anymore, but I always appreciate the yearly word tradition we have around New Year's. Celebrating Wei Ying Ho. Fun, funny, patient, and understanding. I enjoy her company, cherish her friendship, and love that we have nothing and everything in common. She's a goddess in our house. Celebrating Wendy Coleman, the pastor for young families at Darling Street Anglican Church. A wonderful person who exhibits warmth, empathy, care, and grace. She is an active leader and parenting educator in the Inner West. Celebrating Wendy Sharp, one of Australia's leading artists. She recently completed the Women's Empowerment mural at the corner of Church and Federation Street in Newtown. Celebrating Yasin Gandega, a shining light with a heart of compassion, creativity, and courage. She is a blessing in my life with bravery, kindness, strength, and wisdom. Celebrating Dr. Zila Hassanlu, disability researcher and passionate disability rights advocate. She launched Ability Beyond Boundaries, a social enterprise empowering people living with disability, particularly from CALD backgrounds. Celebrating Zoe. You are creative, brave, kind, funny, adaptable, clever, strong, thoughtful, and lots of fun. I love listening to you play the guitar and sing. I love how you do stuff that scares you. Celebrating every woman.